Hello, welcome to a video where I'm going to do my makeup. There's also a cat here. Hey! Oh, she's cute. So if you hear weird noises, it's her. But I'm going to do my makeup and get ready for stream. And I'm going to talk about disability and consistency with streaming, because I haven't seen much about that online. And I feel like it's an important conversation to have, because it's a little bit complicated. I think she said, no, she's not settled. That's a nail. Oh, that's painful. Could you? This is it now. Good. This is the video. So let's talk about streaming and disability. I'm gonna talk about energy more so than anything else, because for me that's one of the things that's impacted the most, because I don't have normal people energy. I have my own weird amalgamation of a system. I just don't have the same amount of energy as an average person. I just don't. And no matter how hard I try, or what medication I take, whatever, I'm never gonna have normal people energy, and that's okay. But streaming streaming takes a lot of energy, and not just like mental energy, like physical energy as well, because you're having constant interaction and constant stimulus for how many hours? Usually I try and do 4, which is a lot. That's a lot of constant. And the thing with social media is the algorithms are usually based on consistency, right? Streaming, not so much, but like YouTube or other platforms rewards consistency. But when your body's not consistent, you cannot provide consistency. Sometimes I feel like I'm lacking because I can't. Sometimes I feel like not good enough because I cannot reach a normal person level of effort or energy. But then I have to remind myself that the amount I can give into it is the same amount as a normal person can. It's just, it's gonna disperse a little bit differently. I find that social media culture is very toxic, not just in general, but there's this kind of unspoken pressure to be constantly like posting and like constantly interacting, and if you're not doing this, you're not doing enough. But when you legit, oh wow, that is not it, sis. Oh no. Gonna buffer it out and pretend it never happened. There's this like, it's kind of gone down a bit, but there was a while, this is a terrible angle to do that at, but it's fine. It's still kind of there, but there was this idea of like hustle culture, and like you should be putting more effort in, and if you're not putting, if you're not spending all your spare time on it, like you're not putting effort in. But like for me, when I'm done streaming, I lie in bed for like half an hour, 45 minutes until my body starts to reset a little bit. Oh, there's a Poppy. Oh, I swear to God, if she's gonna go drink the water. I swear to God, Poppy, don't drink the water. Don't drink the water. Every fucking day. And now I lost my point. Good. There's just a lot of pressure to sort of keep up and maintain these things. And once again, algorithms don't like when you take breaks. They don't. My makeup's not going as planned today. I don't know why, but we're just gonna go with it. Algorithms don't like it when you take breaks. So it's kind of scary to take a break, and there's always this fear that, your audience is gonna forget about you. Personally, I feel quite lucky. I have taken quite a few breaks, and every like few months I'll take like a week off from streaming, and I usually stream like 4 to 5 days a week, 4 hours each day. So sometimes I'll take a week off if my brain or my body just isn't functioning. But I feel like this weird guilt around it. Because it's, also so competitive. There's only so many viewers on Twitch. And they can only view one thing at a time. That I feel kind of guilty about taking breaks. But, your body... When your body don't work... You cannot force your body to work. There's no just push through it, because then you're probably going to be out, like, I know for me at least, if I push my body, I'm going to be out like 2 or 3 days extra than if I took the break in the first place. And it's just like allowing myself to not be able-bodied because I'm not. When you're disabled, people act like you should aspire to be able-bodied, And if you're not aspiring that you've like given up, you can't change your body. When you are disabled, you cannot become able-bodied. That's not how it works. And because there's no like general like ideas around social media and disability and how to regulate that in a healthy way, you're kind of navigating it on your own. That's how I felt, at least. And I don't know the rules. Because I see everyone else and their bodies are able to do more than me. And I'm like, well, I can't hold myself to their standard because that's not my body. So I need to create my own standard, but that's very difficult. I try and be as open as possible about my disability online. I usually don't talk about my diagnoses because for me that's still kind of a touchy subject, but I'll talk about my symptoms because, as a streamer, I can't hide those. If it's a video, I can cut shit out. But if I'm streaming and my body stops working, I can't hide that. So I try and be open about it just so that there's no weird expectations around me. But also, I found that there's no casual representation of disability. Especially in traditional media, representation in traditional media disability is very much like, oh, look at this amazing like Paralympian, and I'm like, that's cool. But if we like flip this around and we only ever showed extremely fit, able-bodied people who can compete at a high athletic level, that would be kind of fucked. And I don't think we talk about this enough, that there should be more casual representation of disability. Even I've gone off on like so many tangents about this on the stream about romantic films and disability, and there isn't enough. Because you're already told when you have a disability by society, and literally I've had people tell me that no one could ever love me because of it. And this is why like YouTube has been so important for me, because I was able to find interable couples and be like, oh, that that exists, and it can be healthy, and it can be cute, and it can be everything a normal relationship is. It's just gonna have some other aspects to it. And I hate that you can only really find that on social media. And I feel kind of lucky I feel lucky that I have access to it. Because before I found those like YouTubers, I really felt, not just because people were literally telling it to my face, but because of other reasons, that like I was completely unlikable and unlovable because of it. But even though I kind of can come across as able-bodied online, because I'm quite able-bodied presenting, I'm well aware, but it kind of doesn't take long of being in my audience to realize, oh, your body don't work. It's very complex. And then when you bring in like, posting pictures, so that's a big part of social media and keeping up with social media is, pictures. And it's hard enough as an able-bodied person to love your body. When you're disabled, it brings another complexity to it. And when you constantly have to look at your body and edit it and like video it and like have people interact with it, it kind of, I don't know, for me it drew more attention to how disabled I was, and I was like, is that a bad thing? I don't know, but it made me have to like face it in a different way that I just wasn't prepared for. I've done my eyeliner and I forget what I was talking about, so I'm just gonna skip to something else. I haven't had many people sort of be ableist towards me, because once again I'm quite passing, but there are certain things, like certain words, like the R word, that I don't even like saying, that people still use a lot and use to refer to people. I've had people get mad at me because I was like, could you not use that in my chat, please? There's still a lot of ableism, and it's quite small things that people don't notice, like, oh, you're pretty for a disabled girl, or you're too you're too disabled to be pretty. Oh god, it's sad because people say shit like that. But there's this like misconception that if you're disabled, there's no way that you could be attractive, or there's no way that you could be intelligent or interesting or complex, that you have to be completely lacking in every way. And you know, am I the smartest tool in the shed? No, but sometimes I can be. Sometimes it can be interesting, sometimes I can raise points that are complex. Like I get frustrated at the stereotype about disability and what that makes a person. And I kind of want to do more videos just like talking about it, because that's the only way people are going to learn. And I don't want to make it preachy, because no one enjoys that. Even I fucking hate that. Don't preach to me. I will ignore it, you know? But if I can just like integrate it and like educate people within my stream in like a fun way, like I think that's good. Because yes, it would be like some channels are dedicated to that, which I think is really cool. Usually when it's like interabled couple, it's more dedicated towards it as a way to go, oh look, this is how we navigate as a couple, which I really fucking appreciate. I should do a video recommending different channels, because there's some good channels. I don't think it's the job of anyone to educate, but I feel like if you're in a place where you feel like you can and it won't affect you or your mental health, I think, you know, you should consider it. So I think I'm going to talk about disability a lot more on here, because I can put together like more concise thoughts, I guess. Because when you're streaming, it's like a constant conversation, so it's very hard to make nuanced points, because, you know, there's alerts and like someone saying some weird shit in chat. Like, it's not the environment. I also feel extremely lucky to be disabled in this era. I don't know what I would do without social media. It has kept me alive. Even before I started posting, I spent so much of my life in that bed, sick, and I don't know what I would have done without it. And it feels right to now contribute to the things that kept me alive, if you see what I mean. That sounds very sad, but you know, it's also the truth. So it is what it is. I was gonna start posting more disability content, and then I started making PowerPoint presentation about boobs, but I think we should go back to the disability content. I think that's smart. You know, I think I can have both. I hate this idea that one should pigeonhole themselves. Like, no, I'm gonna do presentation about boobs and then do a serious video about disability. I think, you know, people are complex, and that's how I'm complex. So I've done my makeup. I'm gonna go stream. I I don't know how this is gonna edit down. I don't know if it's gonna be any good. I feel like I just rambled the entire time, but like, what's new? So yeah, I will see you around the internet, I guess. Bye.